Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by the sports fan base, Rhode Island. Thank you so much for being here for episode 8 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. My name is Ruth the Truth, your host for the Tom Gronkowski Show, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in our other host because we have a lot of football to break down today. Coach Jay, welcome to the show. It's episode 8. How you feeling? Let me know. Tell me how it is.
Episode 8. Working on the weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual.
How's your work? How's your week been though? I know that you got a lot going on. Tell me about it.
Oh, I'm in Vero Beach again. I mean, the good part is I'm in Vero Beach, but like I said, I couldn't wait to the show. Every time we get done with the show at the beginning, I just be like, oh, I can't wait till next week. I can't wait till next week. So it's all going good.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful thing to be a part of. And we hats off to Ron Roberts that gives us the opportunity to be here on the sports fan base, Rhode Island. We really appreciate it. And to all the people out there that are viewing the show, whether you be on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, wherever you're at, we really appreciate you being here. Make sure that you are in the comments. Give us any questions, any debates, anything that you guys would like Ruth the Truth and Coach Jay Morgan to discuss. Let us know what is on your mind. All right, so to kick off this segment, we got to talk about Thursday night football.
Uh,
So, week 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not go as planned. It was a rematch between – it was a Super Bowl rematch between Nick Foles when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles against Tom Brady with his newfound team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this show is called the Tom Gronkowski Show because we focus on Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski's move from the Beantown to the Bay, and the Sports Fan Base Network gives us the opportunity to just talk about and just pick apart that move and what they have come to the Tampa Bay area to accomplish. Now, they played in Soldier Field, correct?
Yes.
Yes, they played in Soldier Field. They played in a different environment, but this was the rematch that everybody has been anticipating because, I mean, it is the Super Bowl rematch. Coach, I want to know, how do you think Tom Brady overall performed against the Chicago Bears, who are now what? I think they're 3-2.
They only lost. I think they only lost just that once. I think they 4-1.
No way. The Bears are 4-1 right now?
I think so.
Wow, they're 4-1.
Chirac. Oh, Sweetness is loving this.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we have a couple undefeated teams still in the league right now. So we got
Seahawks.
We got the Seahawks. We got the Titans, who completely embarrassed the Bills last night. I mean, Did anybody really see that coming?
Well, yes and no. No, I thought they wasn't going to do it because they had a long break. Yes, I guess that long break gave them extra time for extra preparation. And they came out with vengeance because Allen from the Bills didn't play like he usually played.
Josh Allen, yeah. The quarterback did not play to his capabilities. I mean, all right, so let's backtrack before we lose focus here. We were talking about the Chicago. Yeah, I know. We kind of got off base for a second. I apologize for that. But let's go back to the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they faced off in Soldier Field Thursday Night Football of last week for week 5. All right, 20-19. The Bucs were off by 1 point. Coach, give me what you saw in that game. What did you see from Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski throughout that Chicago Bears game?
I saw Tom. Tom was catching a rhythm. I'll talk about a little bit later what he did afterwards that made me mad at him. But during the game, he was catching rhythm. He didn't have all his players. So he had to pull a rabbit out of there in order to make something happen. Gronk making, oh man, I love Gronk. I need Gronk to be the Gronk that I know. Like there was a pass that was thrown from Tom Brady to Gronk that usually that's an automatic catch. And it's in his wingspan. And I don't know. To me, Gronk just keeps playing scared to me. Tom Brady, he's gonna be Tom Brady regardless, because even if you with the Patriots, the Michigan, it doesn't matter who you with, you know how to throw the ball. You know how to play football. It doesn't matter who you with. You just, when you go to different teams, you have different schemes. But it's overall the same stuff from day one. You know how to play football. You know how to throw. You know how to read coverages. Gronk, you know how to catch. You know how to run. Just got to do it. And that whole thing about didn't know it was fourth down, that's so uncharacteristic right there. I didn't understand what was happening right there. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. He was looking around like he was for real too. Like,
yeah, right. And people like to say like, oh no, like that's not what he was trying to say. But I mean, later on, it was proven to the media as well as the rest of the world that Tom Brady was just not aware that the Tampa Bay Bucks were on their fourth down. Now, being a quarterback that has been in the league for 20 seasons and going, how do you excuse that?
I don't know. That shows a lack of awareness right there, because, you know, it's a 2-minute drill. We know when Tom Brady gets ready for a 2-minute drill that he's probably about to be the hero. I mean, he's been in so many 2-minute drills. That's how he became Tom Brady, was doing 2-minute drills when he first got in the Super Bowl and beat the Rams and got them down there so they could kick a field goal. Tom Brady knows the rules about the 2-minute drill. He knows that if you clock the ball that you lose it down. I guess the game was just going too fast and everybody lost track of what was going on, and he forgot it was fourth. But if he come to me and straight up tell me in my eyes and I'm gonna be like, Tom, what happened? Why you keep holding up fourth? Right. I thought it was fourth down. You thought it was fourth down. That would be like Peyton Manning telling me something like that. What?
Right.
I'm the one that come to you and ask you what down it is. I don't see that. I didn't understand that. But the Bears, they came out and they was playing fast-paced football with them, and they, obviously they rattled them up.
So Tom Brady was okay. Let me some of his stats. He was 25 for 41 with 251 yards passing, with 1 passing touchdown, 0 interceptions. Right. Finally, the GOAT is throwing 0 interceptions, as he should be, because, I mean, 5 games in a row, you're throwing interceptions, with 2 of those turning into pick six. That is unexcusable. Unexcusable. I thought from the, when the New England Patriots were knocked out of the playoff contention by Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans by throwing a pick six, I thought it was a wrap for Brady. But then he comes in week 1, throws a pick six, and then week 3 throws a pick six. Okay, we're trying to get away from that formula in the Tampa Bay area. We're trying to get away from the Jameis Winston formula of just throwing the ball when it's not maybe the right time to throw the ball. So I want to know, Coach, what is your take on our offensive line in the Tampa Bay area, and are they doing a good enough job to give Brady the time that he needs to get the ball in the hands that it belongs to?
Offensive line wise, I love the Bigums. Offensive line is doing an exceptional job. I'm not going to say they're doing a great job. Like I don't accept all of it, but for now, I'm gonna let you slide.
He was sacked 3 times, Coach.
Yeah, that's a problem. I always tell people, you treat the quarterback like your little sister. You're not gonna let nobody touch your little sister, are you?
Right.
Let nobody get back here and touch your little sister. Because when they get back here, they're gonna try to grab her, throw her around, all that. Don't let nobody touch your little sister. Now, getting hit 3 times, like I said, that's too much for me, because out of those 3 times, something bad could have happened. You keep him clean, you let him do his thing, and he'll be all right. You sit there and you keep letting him get touched, and it's going to be just like week 1. And you don't want that to happen. I mean, we don't want the backup to come in. We want to keep Tom in. If you're trying to have a championship run, then you got to keep the quarterback clean. If his jersey is dirty, that is a problem. You cannot.
That is a problem.
And when I say that the offensive line is doing okay, exceptional for now, it is always always room for improvement because when you're getting ready to play against the Packers, Aaron Rodgers and them defense is going to try to come in there and tear him up because they have to. Because if you sit there and back in coverage and just let Tom pick you apart, you might as well just hand him the game and take off your helmet and just walk to the locker room. That's the truth.
This is truth. All right, Coach, we are going to take a short break. And then when we come back, we are really going to talk about this matchup between Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, and the GOAT himself, Tom Brady. Stick with us, and we will be back in just a second. All right, Coach. So week 6 of the NFL is coming up quick, okay? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off of a rough road loss to the Chicago Bears, losing 19-20. So 1 point differential in that game. And I honestly want to say that the Tampa Bay Bucs had a chance to win that game, but Tom Brady himself was unaware of what down that we were on, and I guess was trying to get an extended lead when it came to yardage instead of just focusing on getting a first down. But that is near here or there. That is in the past. We will move on from that. But, Coach, we have Aaron Rodgers, the bad man of Green Bay, who has had an exceptional start to this season. He's been lights out, scoring almost 3 to 5 touchdowns a game.
Yeah, discount double check.
What does Tom Brady need to do to stay in line with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers? What is it going to take?
Well, for one, he needs to just focus on his team and what he's doing on offense. If he get out there trying to match Aaron Rodgers, it's going to get bad because you can't match Aaron Rodgers. You can't match Aaron Rodgers because the man throwing 3 to 5 touchdowns. If you out there and you trying to match, then you're not counting cards. What I say, you're gambling because you're trying to throw bombs. Tom just need to play like himself, dink and dump. When you got a guy, make the defense sync up. When you got a guy that's busted open, wide open down far down the field, then take your shot. Don't come out there trying to be Brett Favre and trying to be gunslinging it because then we already seen that. Week 1, that doesn't work. When you on the rhythm, get on the rhythm, control the offense, control the game, be aware of the downs of what down and distance, and just play like you usually play. Don't come out there trying to match Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers, he's been with that team for a minute, just like he was when he was with the Patriots. You can't come out there trying to match Aaron Rodgers. Just play your game. Play your game. Do what you're supposed to do. Control the game. Control the tempo, the rhythm, and you will come out successful. All he needs to do is just focus on himself, his team. That's it. Do not even worry about Aaron Rodgers. The defense will worry about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and the defense really needs to step up their game because Aaron Rodgers has been having over 400 passing yards per game. I mean, they're undefeated for a reason. Even with, injuries that have riddled their offense this year, they are still, their bench is deep.
Oh yeah.
And so Tom Brady is a dink and dunk type of quarterback. That is when he is most elite. So we have OJ Howard as one of the tight ends for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that is going to be out. And now Rob Gronkowski himself is out with a shoulder injury.
Oh, I knew it. Dang.
So what do we do? What does the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what kind of formula do they need to put together to even have a chance to keep up with the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers? Like, what is it going to take? Who's going to need to step up? Is there any players that come to mind that need to be that offensive weapon for Tom Brady coming into this week?
Well, they might get Godwin back. I heard he was practicing. He was on the other field running and all that earlier this week. So they might get him back. They're supposed to get Shady back. Who else they said they're supposed to get back? It was Shady, Godwin, and somebody else they're supposed to be getting back. But in order for them to be able to be successful, they just gonna have to just because a player is gone, that doesn't mean just fold. Man, we got the same next man up. Next man up. That's why we practice. Everybody got the same playbook. You know what to do. But we're going to have to throw a lot of what I say is they screens, short routes, and just make that defense sync up. When they sync up, throw it over the top. You still got Mike Evans. So you still got some hope. But they're going to be locked in on Mike Evans. So we're going to have to do a lot of motion, mess with that the defensive formation, catch them off guard, unbalance. That's what Bill Belichick and them did a lot of times when they had situations like this. You go unbalanced because a lot of people don't play against unbalanced formations. When they play against unbalanced formations, they don't see it at the beginning. And then you got to change the whole defense around, shift over, move man over one. All they got to do is just play ball, control the game, throw it short. Don't be trying to be no hero, and they'll win the game. And you must overall run the ball. I don't care if you're getting 1 yard off. Fournette's supposed to be coming back. That's who the other guy was.
Oh, Leonard Fournette is coming back. Yes, you were right. So, and that is the running back that's been the most explosive for them throughout so far in this season.
So I would say put Shady out there and let him play. Let him start catching some passes. Let him get his touches on in the backfield as well. But let him go out there and play. Start catching some passes. Let Fournette be in the backfield along with the other one, Jones, and they just need to be rotating. They must run the ball. You run the ball to control the game. Because you come out there, he threw it, 40-some times, and they only completed 25. I mean, I don't like that. If I'm throwing the ball 40-some times, I expect you to at least be that number to be at least in the 30s.
Yeah.
I would really prefer it to be in the 40s, but I'll give you a little bit of leeway. It needs to be at least middle to high 30s because that means you only threw like half. You got half your passes completed. You got half of them that you didn't. I don't like that. I'd rather for us to run the ball. And if you're running the ball consistently, they know that you're going to run it. So they're not going to just say you're just a one-dimensional team. Then that's when you start being able to do play action. And then play action, you have been running the ball. Then now you go play action. The defense is sunk up now. Then you got a guy wide open down the field, just right there. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been riddled with injuries. I mean, they had Vita Vea, who was out with a broken ankle in the I think it was one of the last downs or within the last quarter, the fourth quarter of the Bears and Bucs game. What do you think the offensive line needs to do to be able to give Tom Brady the time that he needs to get the ball in the right hands?
Communicate and move their feet and know what they're doing because they're going to be seeing a lot of looks. Guys going to be delaying blitzes on the Packers. Some of them going to come up and act like they're blitzing. Then they're going to drop. Then you're going to have another guy that's going to fill that same gap. And then you're going to have a lot of stuff. You're going to have some stunts up there. So what they need to do is make sure that they are communicating and moving their feet because these guys is going to come after them because, like you said earlier, they got Aaron Rodgers. They don't want to let Aaron Rodgers down. And everybody now, when they go against Tom Brady, is trying to show out because this is how everybody feels in the NFL. Oh, snap. It's Tom Brady. Wait a minute. It's Tom by himself. He's not in that Patriots jersey. Hey, it's time for some get back now. That's what they're thinking. That's exactly what they're thinking. People out here have been trying to bully Tom and they respect him, but they're trying to bully Tom. Because for the simple fact is you ain't in that Patriots jersey. And when you was in that Patriots jersey, you made us put our heads down a lot. Now we got you by yourself without Bill. It's time for some get back.
I mean, that makes sense. Now that he doesn't have Bill Belichick calling the shots, I mean, that leaves him slightly vulnerable because that's just been what everybody's been used to seeing Tom Brady play, like alongside Bill Belichick, their offense, the way they have things set up. So, I mean, it is interesting to see how people are reacting to Tom Brady. But as you said, I mean, he is still the GOAT and he is still one of the most elite quarterbacks in the NFL till this day. So I feel like when the linebackers are lining up, the defensive linemen are lining up, they're trying to get a piece of the GOAT.
Yes.
So Tristan Wirfs, who has been doing a phenomenal job as a rookie and the offensive line, I mean, he couldn't hold Khalil Mack back, but I mean, why would you put a rookie on Khalil Mack? Like, that is not.
That's like having a freshman playing varsity. If I got a freshman playing varsity and he's playing offensive line for me, there's two things that I teach. If you are inside, so that means if you're not playing like tackle, like the offensive tackle, but if you're playing like guard or center, I know that you're a freshman, so I'm going to teach you how to cut block people and hit kneecaps. I'm going to teach you stuff that's going to help you survive. As an offensive tackle, if you're a freshman and you're playing against somebody that's elite, I am not going to leave you on an island by yourself. I'm going to have at least a tight end or a running back to come up and chip or do something to give you a little bit of leeway. I'm not about to sit there and just let you just go by yourself. Now, if you that good, you must play for Lakeland, then, hey, that's all right then. Cool. But a regular freshman, you're not. No, I'm not going to. I got to have a tight end or a running back to at least assist you. I'm not about to leave you on the island by yourself. And that's what they did. They left him. He's been playing so good that they was like, hey, you should be able to take Khalil Mack. No. But I will say this. I'll give you at least one chance. So that way you can at least say I gave you a chance. I'll give you a chance. If you do good on that chance, I'm going to give you another one. You do good, I'm going to give you another one. You messed up. Hey, tell me, is he better?
Right.
I got
We're going to set in the backups after that.
Okay. Right. But like, all right, here we go. Hey, put the tight end on this side. I need you to go help him. Make sure he got it. All right. Running back before you go out on that out route I need you to chip that guy first, punch him in his chest, and then roll out. Right. Give him some extra time real quick so he can get him. But that's all you do. It's just simple stuff. People just make it into rocket science. It's really simple stuff.
Right. All right, Coach, we're going to take another short commercial break, but when we come back, we will continue to break down Week 6 and what is coming for Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Thank you for everyone tuning in for the Tom Gronkowski Show for Episode 8. Stay tuned, and we're going to take a short commercial break. All right, Evil Empire every Thursday. Make sure you guys are tuning in. And other than that, we have 8 great podcasts on the sports fan based Rhode Island network. So make sure you guys are checking it out for the fans and by the fans. And not only by the fans, but the Tom Gronkowski Show is hosted by 2 amazing football fans. Coach, I just want to know real quick, off topic, how did you get into the game of football?
All right. So my family is they like basketball. Like we like football, but they mostly like basketball. I was living in Chicago, and you won't believe this. I used to live across the street from a guy that used to play for the Jaguars and the Saints. I went to school with his best friend. His name was Danny Clark, and his little brother, Justin Clark, he was like my best friend in elementary. So every time when it came to the weekend, I'd be like, hey man, you know what you doing this weekend or something? He'd be like, oh, I got a game. Got a game? And I'm like, what you mean? He like, I got a football game. So I didn't really know nothing about it. I was like 4 or 5 years old. So then like his brother used to always come around, like, cause he played at the University of Illinois. So if the little brother didn't have a game, then he always say, hey, I'm about to get ready to go to Champaign. And I'm like, why? I never put 2 and 2 together until I got older. So then his brother came out one day and we were just throwing the ball around. And he called me by my first name. He was like, hey, yo, Harold, hey, come here real quick. So he showed me some. This is what made me love football. I got to run this person over for the first time. And when I was little, I was fat. Like I was short and fat, but I could run though. I could run. I've been chased by dogs. I could jump fences, all that. I lived in Chicago. So we playing against these neighborhood boys and give me the ball. He tells me straight up before he gives it to me, I'm about to give you the ball. And I was like, huh? He was like, just run straight. I was like, okay. What if somebody in front? Run, bite your bottom lip, and move your legs faster and just keep running. Run through them like paper. All right. I'm running the ball. I get it. I run his little brother over first. Then I run this other kid that used to live in our neighborhood, and they all got up with watery eyes and all that. Then that's when I started getting more respect from people, because then I started taking it serious. So then as the years went on, then I just kept playing. And then like I played basketball and all that, but I didn't like it. I never made it the fourth quarter. I always got fouled out. I'm the Dennis Rodman. I'll do the dirty work. I'll do the dirty work. I have no problem with that at all. I'll do the dirty work. I'll set picks for you. My pick is like a trap block. I'll do all that stuff. I have no problem. So when I got like in 7th grade and they was like, "Are you going to play basketball this year?" I was like, "No, I'm just going to stay on the football field." When I was younger, there was a guy, old man, came up to me. He saw me playing football. He wanted me to play hockey. And he was like, "Hey, won't you come play this?" I couldn't rollerblade though. Like I couldn't skate. So I had to ask a girl that I had an elementary crush on to teach me how to skate, because she lived a block away from me, and it was an easy way for us to hang out. So I was like, yeah. So she taught me how to skate within like 2 weeks. I was able to skate. I showed up, and that's exactly what the guy wanted me to do. He was like, "I just want you to do what you do on the football field." And I was like, "I just run around and hit people." He was like, "That's what I want you to do. You're the enforcer." So once again, I was the Dennis Rodman. I did the dirty work. And then as I got older and I started going to like high school and all that, then they taking it more serious. So then they start showing you stuff, and I start actually learning, and I like X's and O's. I start actually learning more of the game, and then I'm loving that preparation and watching film and, studying opponents and all that. It's so great when you can show up to a football game and know exactly what the person gonna do and how they gonna play, because then it makes you play faster. And you just go. I just love it. That's how I started. And then it was an easy way for you to hit people and not get in trouble. So I'm always down with that.
I love that, Coach. That is how you were born into the game of football, and we appreciate that you were born in the game of football, because that's how you ended up here on the Tom Gronkowski Show.
Yeah.
But you did mention injuries in the story that you had. So Rob Gronkowski is going to be out with a shoulder injury. How do you think that is going to impact next game, since we know that Tom Brady is kind of favored with the tight end position, and now we have OJ Howard out with injury. I believe it's Achilles that could be season ending. Now we have Rob Gronkowski complaining about a shoulder injury. Are we going to get back to seeing this Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady duo?
I hope so, but I don't think it's going to be this week though. What they need to do is, since Rob is going to be out, they got another tight end. And it's what's his name? Bray. They got the third tight end, right? I know they have a third tight end. They have to.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, Bray, he's been there before. And if he can catch passes from Winston, I'm sure he can catch a pass from Tom Brady. All they got to do is
Cameron Brate, yep.
Okay, so they got Bray. Bray know what to do. He should, unless he's been sleeping in the back of the film room, but he should know exactly what to do. Get in there. Play your game. You got a good quarterback this time. You ain't got Winston. If you catch passes with Winston, I'm sure you can catch one from Tom. And just play football. Everybody don't need to panic. Yeah, we love Rob, but don't panic. On top of that, then I'll be having some running backs. Y'all gonna be there. You're gonna be either my sniffer or you're gonna be playing basically like a wing position, aka slot. All we gotta do is just play ball. Don't panic. I tell you, a team that does this, and it doesn't matter who they have, they just keep playing. The Seahawks. Every time when somebody get hurt, their motto is next man up. Yep. Next man up. Y'all get trained the same stuff. I say that stuff when I'm coaching people. Next man up. Like, coach, this person's hurt. Okay. So what does that mean? Because we already went over this at the beginning of the season. So what does this mean? That means I go to this, and this person gonna go to this spot right here. Okay, then. Play football.
That's the game plan.
We already took care of this stuff. You just I like to be prepared. If you're prepared for any situation, there shouldn't be no way that somebody should be able to stop you. So they should be fine.
No, I agree 100%. But I mean, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers right now, man. Like, that's a bad man.
Yeah. So he has to be hit. And they're not going to, this week, they're not going to be able to blitz him that much, because if you blitz Aaron Rodgers, he going to do what Tom used to do. He just going to throw it either right over your head to somebody that's open, or he going to throw it to the flats and let them running backs do their thing.
So what is the defense for, from the Bucks perspective? They've had, one of the best defenses as we've seen in the NFL, because I mean, a lot of NFL teams have been lacking on the defensive side of the ball, and that's why we've had such high scoring games.
Oh yeah.
And Tampa Bay is known for being a sort of elite defense, but when it comes to controlling Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, all the weapons that they have on the Green Bay side of the ball, and we've been riddled with injuries, how do we do this?
This is what I would do. I would make sure that I take out Devontae Adams. I can't let him beat us. Somebody else on the team is gonna have to beat us. Also, since I'm doing that, I need the defense. I would tell the backers, hey, this week y'all not gonna be able to blitz that much. Now, with that being said, am I gonna blitz at all? Yeah, I might throw it in every once in a while, but we're gonna fake blitz. We're gonna come up, act like we blitzing like we've been doing, give them the same looks that we've been doing all year, and then we dropping back in the coverage. I need the 4 guys up front. I would be telling them all week, you must get there, because if you don't get there, we're not going to win, because I cannot send a blitz. If I send a blitz, he's going to throw it right there in the spot that we left. You must get there without help. You must get there without any help. And it's going to be hard, because without Vega, see, if Vega's there, he's usually playing the nose tackle, and he's playing the shade technique on the center. So he's going to automatically get doubled. So he takes 2 guys automatically. Now it's going to be just 4 guys, mano-y-mano. So I'm going to need Ndamukong to turn back to the Detroit Lions Ndamukong and go. Like, he going to have to. Pierre-Paul, when he's in there and he's rushing, I'm going to need you to turn back to the Giants, Pierre-Paul, and get it done. Like, because those 4 guys up front on the defense have to get to Aaron Rodgers by themselves without a backer's help. They must. Because the backers and the cornerbacks and the safeties are gonna have a lot of responsibilities, because they got to make sure that Adams and the rest of them receivers is not getting anywhere. And that's what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that seems like a game-winning formula that we are going to go over on X's and O's after we get back from our last commercial break. So we wrap up episodes 8 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. Thank you so much for kicking us with us. We'll be back in just a second.
All right. We're here with another episode of X's and O's. Now, I've been working on a lot of formulas for this. I'm going to show you all 2 things that you are going to see. Once again, I'm not at home, so I have to have my other little whiteboard with me. Now, if you look, the top part, these are the 2 formations that you are going to see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers in. That one at the bottom, that's the traditional one that they're always in. They're mostly in that. Now, that right there where that H is at, that's called what we like to call on defense a sniffer. 9 times out of 10, if you see that H, the ball, wherever he goes, that's where the ball is going. And he's probably going to bust up and block that T. He's gonna just roll up to a backer. If it was me, I'd tell him to punch the T over, let the guard pick him up, because that backer is automatically going to flow over to that gap and come to him. And he's going to land right in his lap. If he doesn't, okay, just keep going, and the tailback is going to follow right behind him to the races. But this is what this is going to come down to this week. These guys, these 4 guys right here must get to Aaron Rodgers. They must. I cannot send a blitz. Now, like I said earlier, does that mean I'm not going to blitz at all? I'm a blitz, but it's going to be like off the wall. But, we're going to fake. We're going to creep up. We're going to be creeping. We're going to be doing a lot of movement around. But we're not blitzing. We're dropping this week. This week, we must drop. If you blitz, he's going to throw it right where you left every time. Or he's going to throw it over here to the flats, and then he's going to let his guys go. Well, all they have to do this week is just those 4 guys. These 4 guys must get to the quarterback by themselves without any help. They must get to Aaron Rodgers by themselves. Now, with that also being said, can we do twists? Yeah, we can do some stunts. We can always do some stunts. There's nothing wrong with doing a stunt. We come here, have the guy go in here, but it's going to come down to these 4 guys up front. Like I always say anyway, and that's how I was taught. It starts up front. If those 4 guys can get to Aaron Rodgers, then they will be fine without help. These guys has got a lot of responsibilities that they got to do anyway. They got to worry about these playmakers out here. So they can't. If I was them, I'd be telling them, hey, you're on your own. You're on your own. You're on your own. They got a lot of responsibility to do. So up front, it's going to really show this week that it starts up front because you're going to be by yourselves. You must get to Aaron Rodgers by yourself in order to win this game. And that's all I have to say this week. Back to you, Ruth.
Thank you so much, Coach Jay, for breaking down the formula for what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need to accomplish to be able to take down Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers in week 6 of the NFL season. We are going to take one more commercial break, and then we are going to be wrapping up episode 8 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. Thank you so much for everyone that's kicking it with us. We're going to be playing the commercial for Titletown right after this short break. It is time for the moment of truth. It is episode 8. My name is Ruth the Troop with the Tom Gronkowski Show. Thanks again for the Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island, for the fans and by the fans. We appreciate everyone here tuning in to the live segment of the Tom Gronkowski Show. My moment of truth is short and simple. We've had a lot of COVID cases pop up in the NFL in the past couple of weeks. We've even had to postpone an NFL game to be played on a Tuesday night. We had the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans face off on a Tuesday night of the NFL season. Now, this is the first of hopefully not that many games that are going to be postponed this season. But my moment of truth is continue to wear your mask, continue to wash your hands, and Roger Goodell, which is the commissioner of the NFL, please start getting your brains together and wrap around the idea of a bubble format for the remainder of the NFL season. I feel like that is one of the only ways we're going to be able to crown a champion in the 2021 Super Bowl that's going to be taken off hopefully in February if everything plays off well. So yeah, that's my moment of truth. And please hit us up in the comments. Let us know how you feel about COVID and how it is affecting the NFL. Coach Jay, I want your take on this. What is going to need to happen to complete an NFL season this year?
People have to start taking this stuff more seriously than they're doing right now because they already canceled the Pro Bowl.
What?
There's no Pro Bowl this year. They canceled it. They just ended.
Wow.
And then like the Super Bowl that was supposed to be held in New Orleans, I think it was 2024. They got pushed back to 2025.
That's interesting.
It just
Why is that?
it was on ESPN.
Why is that, you think?
Because they all talking about COVID. They don't know what's gonna happen. Like they said they're gonna name out the Pro Bowl selections and name out the people that made the Pro Bowl, but there will be no Pro Bowl game, which they should. It's gonna be in Orlando. It would be in Orlando anyway. Just go to the bubble. But they're not gonna have any Pro Bowl this year. They're gonna name the names, but they're not having a game.
Wow, that's crazy. I went to the Pro Bowl last year here in Orlando, and it was one of the most depressing days of my life because while I was at the Pro Bowl game is when they announced Kobe Bryant's passing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I found out while I was at the Pro Bowl game. They made the announcement at that game, and man, that was a sad sight.
I didn't believe it when they first told me.
Like, I know. I don't think anybody did.
My auntie told me that. She said, Kobe gone. I was like, gone where? She was like, yeah, he just crashed in a helicopter. I was like, TT, stop playing. What? Yeah. I would have heard that already. I was at the Pro Bowl a couple years back. My Pro Bowl be making me mad. Because, like, don't nobody really be playing for real. Like, they be over there just okay. Like, man, I'm trying to win. That's the same thing with the basketball all-star game. Everybody be no, like Larry Bird said when he had Jordan on that team, he said, we here, we might as well try to win it. And then, like, I remember one year they had a Pro Bowl when it was Team Prime versus Team, who is it? Jerry Rice. Team Rice versus Team Prime. Deion Sanders was telling everybody, if I pick you on my team, you are here to win. Yep. You are here to win, period. And that's what I like to see. It's the last game of the season. Can't hold anything back.
No, I agree with you. Well, Coach, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap things up? Because I am going to go watch this Tampa Bay Rays game because the Rays have the opportunity to allow Tampa to be a title town. They're down 2-0 to the Houston Astros, but they are up 3-0 in this series. So they just need one more win to make it to the World Series. Coach, I want to know your thoughts on Tampa Bay becoming a title team with the Tampa Bay Lightning bringing home the Stanley Cup, the Tampa Bay Rays possibly bringing home a World Series, and then maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers making a Super Bowl, appearance.
I blame Tom. Ever since the announcement came with Tom coming here, it seemed like every team, doesn't matter the sport, and it's like, Tom coming here. Hey, we got to show out, y'all. Hey, we got to show out. Hey, Tom Brady here. Come on now. We got to win. If I was on the hockey team and I was coaching the hockey team, y'all, Tom Brady lives here now. We can't. Come on, y'all. We got to do this. We got to do this. Tom is here. We can't get embarrassed. He might leave.
Right. He's used to winning. Like, we got to bring that winning scenario. We got to bring that winning mentality to the Tampa Bay area. And that's what I think is going to be accomplished this year because it's been a hell of a year, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of crazy, misfortunate, unfortunate, just crazy things have been happening this year. So I see it in the Tampa Bay's future to have a title town because that is what we're here for. But that's going to be it for me. Do you have any final thoughts, Coach Morgan, before we wrap up episode 8 of the Tom Gronkowski Show?
I will say this. Like we said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, take this COVID stuff seriously. 2, go out and vote. 3, Melvin Gordon. Don't be getting in trouble, man, with no DUIs, man. Come on now. You got one win, and then you act Melvin Gordon from the Broncos. That will just end it too. Yeah.
Wow.
He got arrested for a DUI. You get 1 W and don't know how to act.
Oh my gosh.
Other than that, hey, be ready for the next episode because we're gonna be back and we're only getting better and better.
Yes, we are. Well, that is it for me. It is Ruth the Truth here with the Tom Gronkowski Show, along with Coach Jay Morgan. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, and thanks for kicking it with us on episode 8 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. If you guys could follow us on Twitter, Twitch, wherever you're at, make sure to like and leave a comment and subscribe to us on YouTube. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great night.